Yakala Japan Zabeligi, Tobuna Balatri, Zabelling, Chicha, Drumichim, Chokar, the China, the Sanjiga, Sunzi, Nangna, the Sanji, Samjiga, Sampatsebi, Taniga, Sebi, Oman, Chopan, the Captain Sebi, Samji, Chobamba, Tragedy.
Tragedy to all who are joining on the live streaming. And today is the great candlelight of Dharma, his birthday. So I am going to offering all the Buddhas the immeasurable bodhicitta and immeasurable compassion, the malgity which is representative of all of these great immeasurable compassion, the loving kindness. So I offer you these to all beings of three realms in Buddha's begging bowl, Tragedy.
So good morning. We're celebrating His Holiness the Dalai Lama's 89th birthday, and also we can rejoice in the successful completion of his knee surgery. We'll be doing the practices which are called the prayers to recite on holy days, sadhana, and we're going to start on page 1.
Dalai Dhamma Shebe Rai No Bar Shebe Ge Darba Dan Dan Jen Jen Be Bar Do Jo Bar Sheba Dan Je Je Zo Je Be Ma Nam Ga Dan Nyan Be Sen Je Dan Je De Wa Dan De Dong Dan Jar Nyur Da La Na Me Bar Yon Da Bar Zo Be Jan Ja Ram Ba Ja Da Bar Ja.
All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience. May they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience. May they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. For that purpose, until I attain Buddhahood, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Until death, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. From today until this time tomorrow, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue.
dan jiang ge jia lai zui nan la jia sun jie wo san jie juan den den nan la jia sun jie wo dan bei jie nan lai jia sun jie wo bai bei gen de nan lai jia sun jie wo ba wen gan zhuo jie jiang sun me zou ye xie jie jian dan dan bai nan lai jia sun jie wo.
All sentient beings, limitless as space, take refuge in the glorious true gurus, the lineage masters and the kind root guru, who is the essence of the body, speech, mind, qualities, and activities of all tathagatas of the 10 directions and the 3 times, source of the 84,000 Dharma collections, and sovereign of all the noble sanghas. We take refuge in the divine assemblies of the idams mandalas. We take refuge in the Buddhas, the transcendent conquerors. We take refuge in the true Dharma. We take refuge in all the noble Sangha. We take refuge in the hosts of heroes, dakinis, and Dharma guardians, they who possess the eye of wisdom. All sentient beings, limitless as space, take refuge in the glorious true gurus, the lineage masters and the kind root guru, who is the essence of the body, speech, mind, qualities, and activities of all tathagatas of the 10 directions and 3 times, source of the 84,000 Dharma collections, and sovereign of all the noble sanghas. We take refuge in the divine assemblies of the idams mandalas. We take refuge in the Buddhas, the transcendent conquerors. We take refuge in the true Dharma. We take refuge in all the noble Sangha. We take refuge in the hosts of heroes, dakinis, and Dharma guardians, they who possess the eye of wisdom.
Jie dan jian jie san bai ye zuo lan de xian jia sun jie jie dan wen jie de xie jie jian jie dun ne jie bai dang jian jie san bai lai de da ren xie ne bai da de xian zhuo lai bai dun dai jian jie sen ne jie jie xian de xian de ne la ba lang ren bai xian de la bai jie wo.
I take refuge in the Buddhas until attaining the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path. I take refuge in the Buddhas until attaining the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and in the assembly of Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings.
Dong e me be de wai dai me dar wai chur je. Nye ren jai dai nye dai dar ve ta nya lai ne bar chur je.
May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness in the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness in the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion.
When I my John the Angorjan and the
Protector of all sentient beings without exception, deity who conquers the relentless legions and Mara and his hordes, who knows the nature of everything without exception just as it is, transcendent conqueror with your retinue, please come to this place.
Argam badam bubam dubam alogam gande nevede shabda bade zazo zoi je joy je me doi doi re rai len je nye de jiang bai de Soin je lai me de ber wai ye Goi goi noim doi jen de jo bar jo.
The ground is sprinkled with scented water and strewn with flowers. It is adorned with Meru, the supreme mountain, the four continents, the sun, and the moon. Visualizing it as a Buddha field, I offer it. May all beings enjoy the feels of utter purity.
John Sar Wai Dan Joy Jen Shai Bai Dan Jia Sa Ya Ran Gor Jen Sor Wai Ye Ge Wai Join Sa Dai Ge Jia Sai Bai Dan Jia Zoi Bai Jan Joy Zeng O.
Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offering, confession, rejoicing, requesting, and praying, I dedicate it for the complete awakening of all beings.
Nai moi nai se nai dai ge lai mai lai nai se ye yen sun jue bai bor kan so yon jue de sor wai de Gor wai doin zhoi soi jen jia lo Jie ye xian nor we zoi ge jen Ma sai jue me jar we doi Jian be ye xiang a dai den Jie we dai ye gai dian jen Ro wai juan zi ren boi jie Dai sem ye jiang ai ne sor wai den Jian ye jiang ai ne xian jie lo Sen dui ne jia mi nan dan de Luan de ju gre do bai xian jie lo.
Top of page 5. Namo. To the Guru, the utter purity of all appearance and existence, I offer all appearance and existence arisen from the primordial ground. I supplicate you, may the three realms be completely liberated. Please grant blessings to empty samsara from its depths. Lord, with 5 omniscient wisdoms, crown ornament, kind one with loving nature, precious protector of beings, heart of all Buddhas, inexpressible by words or thought, I supplicate you from the core of my mind. Bless me from within the state of Dharmata. Bless me to realize this mind, primordially pure and unborn, as the unfathomable Dharmakaya.
Oi join den de yen she ba ra join ba yan da ba zo ba san je re ba dan ya zo den ba de wa je ba je den jan ba je wen de wa ka lo je wa la na me ba la da me na je Tuan Bai Nyai Mi Chai Chi Chai Bi Chai Chi De Zhe Ma Mi Ba Lai Go Ve Ra De 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 Ge Bi Chan Zai Lu.
Bottom of page 5. Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, perfectly complete Buddha who has knowledge in its base, virtue, bliss gone one, knower of the world, unsurpassed guide who tames beings, teacher of gods and men, unequaled king of the Shakyas, touching my head to your immaculate feet, I respectfully pay homage.
Oi gan ze gan ye zo voi joy dan ze sai chen de lai gan bai den born ne ngai ne je den de nan joy je song de zen ge bai jo lai chan zai lo Nai dai ge ngai jo de zoi zai wa ye jia jian zuo si jia luen boi zhai zhai boi jie de zoi na lai nge wai guan boi jian ye jiu lai chan zai lu zhen jiu dian bai zhe mei dai wei zhai Sen Doi Dai Wai Ju Lai Chan Zai Lu Den Dai Jun Dai Xie Ba Sen Nan Zi Nyan Mian Jian Jian Ju Lai Chan Zai Lu Men Jun De Wai Ka Lui Jun Zi Jin Guan Jun Jian Wai Jun Zi Di Jin Shi Wan boi xie xie ye xie xie lai ge Nye yui zhou bai de lai chan zai lu Guan boi tui jie jie den bai Time jie qian bai dun bai bu Sun na yun de jian zui xie De xian xie lai chan zai lu Dai bian de jia zai wei jun Ge wen yan san le zhui shen Jie dai 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 chui jie ba Xie jie jie lai shan zai lu Zhui ne chui wei lai yan dun Lai bai da lai rai de gui Xian ge dai bai yuan de xian Gen de lai yan shan zai lu.
To page 6. When you, supreme among humans, were born on this earth, you took 7 steps, then said, in this world I am supreme. Homage to you who were wise at that time. With a pure and noble form, endowed with all the marks of excellence, ocean of wisdom, like a mountain of gold, your name is renowned throughout the 3 worlds. Homage to you, most realized guard. Homage to you of supreme signs, of untainted moon-like face and golden complexion. Homage to you, immaculate one, who is the most radiant in the 3 worlds, with unequaled knowledge. Supreme among humans, foremost guide who tames beings, Tathagata who has severed for good the bonds of mental afflictions. With senses serene, you abide in great peace. Homage to the peaceful one who lived in Shravasti. Compassionate protector, omniscient guide, merit field of oceanic qualities, homage to you, the Tathagata. The virtue of the pure cause that is free from attachment liberates from the evil destinies. It is the single, supreme, and ultimate truth. Homage to the Dharma that is peace. Freed, you show the path to freedom and honor fully the pure trainings, best of fields, field of virtuous qualities. Homage to the Sangha too.
Sein boy jebe mo loin doi dai ge Yar wai dan je ye je ngon san de Shen ge der nye le rai de bai ye Yar wai gan lai rai de jan zai lo De je dai nai der nye san je nam San je se je wen nai joi bai dan Deo dai je je ye nai mai lui bai Daim je jar wai da ge gan war me De da ngai bai me se jam zoi nan Yan je ya lai jam zoi da gen je Jar wai gen je yuan de ra je jen De wai she bai tan je dai ge dui Me doi dan bai je wai dan bai dan Se nye nan dan shu bai dan joi dan Mar me joi dan doi be dan bai ye Jar wai de da lai nen choi para je Na za dan bai nan dan chen choi dan Che me pe ma re rai nyan bai dan Gui be je ban bai ben jo guen je Jar wai de da lai yan cho para je Choi bai gai na lai me jia jie wai De dai jar wai dan jie lai yai me San boi jia lai de be doi dai ge Jar wai ge lai jian zai choi bai jie Doi jia jie dan de moi wan ge ne Le dai nga dai de je ye je jiang De bai dai ge je bai jian je bai De da dai je dai ge so sui jian Joi je jia wai gen dan san je se Ran jai nan dai loi dai me loi dang Ro wai gen je so nan ga la yang De dai gen je se da ye rang Gai nan shu jun je de zhui me dai Chan je ren bai san je mai chan ye Guan boi de dai dai ge dan je lai Ko lai lai nai me bai ko wai gui Yang ye da dan gan ye de da lai Ro wai ge lai ben shen de wei shi Gar bai shen ge de nye shu bai yang Dai ge dai moi rai jai so wai jie Chan car wai dan chui jen shai bai dan Jie se ye ran gui shen so wai ye Ge wai jun se dai ge jie sa bai Dan jie dai ge chan chu shen o
To the top of page 8. To those in as many worlds as there are in 10 directions, the lions of mankind, the Tathagatas of the 3 times, to all of them without exception, I prostrate with faithful body, speech, and mind. Through the power of this prayer for noble conduct, may all the conquerors vividly appear in my mind. With bodies as numerous as atoms in the universe, I respectfully bow down and pay homage to all of the conquerors. On a single atom, there are as many Buddhas as all the atoms there exist in the world, residing amidst their bodhisattva sons. Thus, I envision the entire Dharma expanse, without exception, as being filled with conquerors. With inexhaustible oceans of praise, with oceans of melodious sounds, extolling the noble qualities of the conquerors, I praise all the Sugatas. With the best of flowers and exquisite garlands, music, ointments, the supreme parasol, supreme lights, and the finest incense, I make offerings to the conquerors. With the finest garments, sweet fragrances, and powdered incense piled high as Mount Meru, and with everything in exalted and supreme displays, I make offerings to the conquerors. I also envision vast and unsurpassed offerings made to all the conquerors. Through the strength of my faith and excellent conduct, I prostrate and offer to all of the conquerors. I confess whatever wrong I have done, controlled by attachment, aggression, and ignorance, with body, speech, and also mind. I rejoice in the merit of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions, the solitary Buddhas, and those on the path of learning and beyond learning, as well as in the merit of each and every living being. All those lights in the worlds of the 10 directions who have progressively attained the stages of awakening free from attachment, all those protectors I entreat to turn the unsurpassed wheel of Dharma. All those who intend to display the passing into nirvana, I beseech them with my palms joined together to remain for as many kalpas as there are atoms in the universe for the benefit and happiness of all beings. Whatever slight virtue I may have gathered from prostrating, offering, confessing, rejoicing, entreating, and beseeching, I dedicate to it all to the awakening of all beings.
Please come to page 12, in the middle.
Page 12. To the bottom of page 12. As the union of unborn emptiness and the ceaseless appearances of interdependence, magically there appears before me in the sky, amidst vast clouds of offerings, on a jeweled lion throne in lotus, sun and moon disk seats, the incomparable teacher, lion of the Shakyas. His body the color of gold, adorned with major and minor marks, clad in the 3 Dharma robes, he sits in Vajra posture. His right hand gracefully poised in the earth-touching mudra, and his left hand is in the gesture of meditation, holding an alms bowl full of nectar. Like a mountain of gold, magnificent, he shines in splendor, spreading beams of wisdom light across the whole expanse of space. The 8 close sons, 16 elders, and the like, a vast ocean-like retinue of noble beings encircles him all around. Simply think of him, and he grants the glory of the highest bliss, liberation from samsara and nirvana, the 2 extremes. He is the great being, perfect embodiment of every source of refuge. To the bottom of page 14. With your great compassion, you embraced this turbulent and degenerate world and made 500 mighty aspirations. You are as exalted as the white lotus. Whoever hears your name shall never return to samsara. Most compassionate teacher, to you I pay homage. All my own and others' virtues of body, speech, and mind, together with all our possessions, visualized like Samantabhadra's offering clouds, I offer to you. All the harmful actions and transgressions I have committed throughout beginningless time, each and every one I now confess with intense and heartfelt regret. And all virtuous actions of the noble ones and ordinary beings accumulated throughout the past, present, and future, I rejoice. Turn the wheel of the profound and vast Dharma teachings ceaselessly in every direction, I pray. Your wisdom body is like space and remains changeless throughout past, present, and future. Yet in the perception of those to be guided, you go through the display of birth and death. Even so, let your form body continue always to appear. Through all the virtues I have accumulated in the past, am accumulating now, and will accumulate in the future, for the sake of benefiting all beings who are as infinite as space, may you, the sovereign of Dharma, be forever pleased, and may all attain the state of the victorious one, the Lord of Dharma. Living beings like us, adrift in this degenerate age, have no guidance and protection. Because of your kindness, caring for us with unsurpassing compassion, every manifestation in this world now of the three jewels is your enlightened activity. You are then our only refuge, incomparable, supreme. So from our hearts we pray, with total confidence and faith. Do not neglect the great promise you made in times gone by, but hold us until we attain enlightenment with your compassion.
Lama Domba Jon Den De De Je Je Ba Ra Jon Ba Yan Da Ba zo be san je par jar wa sha ja de ba la John za lo ju do ja san je wo la ma dun ba jo den de je je ba da jo ba yan da ba zo be san je par ja wa sha ja de ba la John za lo ju do ja san je wo lai mai tuan bai juan den de yen xe ba ra juan bai yang da bai zoi bai san je bai jia wai xia jia de ba la juan za luan ju do jia san je wo lai mai tuan bai juan den de yen xe ba ra juan ba yang da par zo be san je par jia wai jia jia de John za luan ju do jia san je wo lai mai tuan bai juan den de yen xie bai ra juan ba yang da par zo be san je par jia wai sha ja de ba la John za luan ju do jia san je wo.
We'll say that 2 times in English. Supreme Teacher, Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, complete and perfect Buddha, glorious conqueror, Shakyamuni Buddha, to you I pay homage, to you I make offerings, in you I take refuge. Supreme Teacher, Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, complete and perfect Buddha, glorious conqueror, Shakyamuni Buddha, to you I pay homage, to you I make offerings, in you I take refuge.
Dia da wan mene mene ma mana ye so wa da ya da wan mene mene ma mana ye so wa da ya da wan mene mene ma mana ye so wa da ya da wan mene mene ma mana ye so wa da ya da wan mene mene ma mana ye so wa da ya da o mene mene ma mana ye so wa da ya da o mene mene ma mana ye so wa da ya da o mene mene ma mana ye so wa da ya da o mene mene ma mana ye so wa da ya da o mene mene ma mana ye so da o mene mene ma mana ye so wa da ya da o mene mene ma mana ye so wa da ya da o mene mene ma mana ye so wa da ya da o mene mene ma mana ye so wa da ya da o mene mene ma mana ye so wa da ya da o mene mene ma mana ye so wa da ya da o mene mene ma mana ye so wa da ya da o mene mene ma mana ye so wa da ya da o mene mene ma mana ye so wa da ya da o mene mene ma mana ye so wa 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 o Mahamanaya Sova Om Mene Mene Mahamanaya Sova Om Mene Mene Mahamanaya Sova Om Mene Mahamanaya Sova Om Mene 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 Mene Mahamanaya Sova Tse jo ba dan zon de be jen je don be ge le ye ye je wo zer na zo be na wa jen be da dan sen je dan je je zhe ba dan je sar je te ba jen be lam je yuan de Saryan de Jede Chairman of Sano Barjo.
We're going to go to the bottom of page 17 in the small print and read the second sentence. It starts with then. Then, through the power of uttering the names of the Buddha and reciting his Dharani, imagine that. Page 18. From the Buddha's body there emanates a great radiance of multicolored rays of wisdom light, dispelling all our own and others' obscurations and causing all the genuine qualities of the Mahayana path to arise within us, so that we attain the level of perfection from which we will never return again to samsara. We're now going to go to page 41, praise of the 12 deeds of the Buddha.
Oi dan ge doi jie zhai jie rei san zhong jian jie me doi dui jie ban jian ba si jie luan boi dai wei jie bei ge zhai jie jiar boi zhe lai jian zai lo gan ge dan boi jian joi doi jie ne Zoi nai ye jie zoi nye zoi zi jing Duen teren zi bai jai jin zhou wai ye Guen jai jie lai dai kia do bar jie Lai nai duen zin ter wei duen jie ne Lai le bai ne lai jin dar jie jing Realizing la moi jam jie gan zhe xiao ban zhe lai jian zai lo Da wai je zoi chai je se boi ne. Trai je len be zer de dan be ze. Zan dan jia xian jie duen sim choi ne. Jian je rei zeng yan ze jian zai lo. Yun ai do den me ye sen ge de. Anga manga dar ne jia zar de. Jie wei zhe bai jie nan zar jie ne. Den da miao baran zi lai shan zai lo. Ye dian jiu dan tun barai jia wai dan. Ka na ma do ban zi zi mo ye. Kor dan den zi ta lan ge ba ye. Yar zi jiu waran zi lai shan zai lo. Kor ve jia waran nian boi mi zen. Chen ne zhong den ka lai xin ne jiang. Chui dian nan dai zhong de nie le nie. Rab de xiong waran zi lai shan zai lo. Zun bia jiang shi zhe bai gong ne ne. Ne ren jiang ne zhan de loi zhui de. Ga wai jian zi zun zhen tar xin ne. San dian chuan yin zi lai chan zai lo. To mai mi nen bei bai dun yue shi. Man ga da ye jian zhui xin zhong de. Jie zhong me ye ngon bai san jie ne. Jian zhui zuo wen zi lai chan zai lo. Tui jian zhuo lan yu de zi ne ne. Wa ran na si la su nian chui de. Jie jian gu lu gu ne de shan nan. Ti ba sun lan gun zi chan zai lo. Yin jie gu wan yang bai car jie shi. Me de dun bai zhu dan li jian su. Kor mo jie ge yu de de nan de. De ba yu le jia lai shan zai lo. Si bai sun ai bei mi yun dian jie. Nian de yu bai chuan zhui jing bu den. Lai mian zhuo wai gun jia ran jue. Dian bai jia baran zi lai shan zai lo. Le loi jian nan yu de ge xie xie. Zan chui zhong ge sai jia za mai re. Jian mi du rai jie da wei ge xie ne. Yang yan da wen zi lai shan za lo. Yan da nie de ning ba mi shi dang. Ma wen sim jie su nan to xie xie. De nie de ne ren se mai zhi ne. Ge dong cha jun zi lai shan za lo.
Back to page 41. With skilled compassion born in the Shakya clan, unconquered one, subduer of Mara's horde, your body shines like a mountain of gold. King of Shakyas, homage to you. You first awakened the mind of enlightenment, then completed both collections of merit and wisdom, with vast deeds becoming the protector of beings in this age. To you I offer praise. Knowing you tamer of gods, it was time to tame us. You came, descending from heaven as an elephant, saw your clan of birth, and entered the womb of Queen Maya. Homage to this deed. When 10 months had passed, you were born Shakya Prince in Lumbini's fortunate grove. Supreme marks, honored by Brahma and Indra, confirmed your enlightened line. Homage to this deed. As a powerful youth, a lion among men, you showed your skill in Anga Magada. Defeating proud men, you were peerless. Homage to this deed. To conform to the laws of the world and to avoid censure, with skillful means, you possessed a retinue of queens and ruled over a court. Homage to this deed. Seeing worldly endeavors had no essence, you left your home, and going through the sky, ordained yourself before the stupa of great purity. Homage to this deed. Intent on persevering until you have reached awakening, you practiced austerities for 6 years on the banks of the Nirajana, and ultimately, perfecting in diligence, you attained the highest samadhi. Homage to this deed. To make your efforts from beginningless time fruitful, you sat unmoving beneath the Bodhi tree and Magadha, and fully awakened to perfect enlightenment. Homage to this deed. Soon after, you looked with compassion upon beings, and in other holy places, such as Varanasi, you turned the wheel of Dharma, establishing disciples in the 3 vehicles. Homage to this deed. To put an end to evil opponents at Gaya and Banga, you subdued all Maras, such as the 6 Tirthaga teachers, Devadatta, and so forth. Victorious sage, homage to you. Unparalleled in splendor in all the 3 worlds, at Shrivasti you displayed mighty miracles and presented vast offerings by gods, men, and others. You caused the teachings to spread. Homage to this deed. To spur the indolent at the holy site of Kushinagar, you parted from your immortal Vajra-like body and passed into nirvana. Homage to this deed. To show that you had not in reality perished, and so that beings of the future could gain merit, you emanated a wealth of relics and caused your remains to be divided into 8 portions. Homage to this deed. Go to the bottom of page 18.
Lai me ye xia zhen zhe jian zhe wan, dian zhe guan nai da sun zhe wan shu.
Like all the Buddhas and their heirs, in enlightened intention, and in activity, aspiration, wisdom, love, and capacity, in these and all the ways unsurpassable wisdom manifests, may I and every other being too come to be exactly as they are.
Page 21.
Page 21.
Namo Guru Karma Kone Yoja Ban Bedo Jame Zer Ban Chan Shen Den Be Song Sir Jame Nga Sir Dan Den Be Ge Te Bai Chan Sun Jian Bo Lai Shan Zer Te Bai Ti Se Dian Be Dun Se Be Dian Soi Nga Wai Dian Zhe Zhe Be Zo Te Bai Sun Jie Tar Be Lan Shui Bai Te Dai Ge Lai Ge Be Shan Zai Lo Da Ne De Ne Jie Dan Ce Rai Su Jar Wai Se Jie Jie Dan Mian Zai Shen Jar Wai Se Jie 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 Zai Ne Jar Wai Se Jie Jie Shen Zhe Bai Shu Le Jie Cren Jie Mie Be Der Wai Dan Ma Zai Zhen Dan Mie Bar Dan Bai Dan Sem Ju Yo Jie Mie Bar Zhang Wai Ye Jim Den Zhuo Dan Xie Nie Dan Bar Xiu Tar Be Lan Lai Dan Bun Jiu Be Ge Kor Wei Ne Ne Dan Bu Zhi Be Lam Nyam Li Jie Nan Gun Jie Dan Be Ge Jue Mian Yin Jun Jie Lai Jie Wai Xiu Yo na san jie zhe lai die qiu jin, me na san jie zhe lai tai chai ba, san jie zhe be sa wei man er wa, nan da xian qiu sim qiu jie bar xiu, guan ne guan de jian qiu sim qiu per, Se rai gun de jian zhe sen me jie, yang dan yan de jian zhe sen guan ne, jian zhe sen be zhe lan zhe bai xue, de ban zhe dan jiang bai ba wei dan, gun de san be zhe bai gan yan ba, 大给此来就跟天这玩，就是那多年就把人这说，再见三界这别蓝三间，对接多年这别贪快不，此来见观的人灭大外也。蓝界多界的不然就不然就，蓝的蓝观多见怎别做，各来的端界别着界见，连界界别村别个界别，蓝界跟着人的肉外着。觉马半辈三年牛没下，觉马明白让我见白懂，觉来这边娘小见见的，觉灭顿见这个都白说，那个所言三百多跟着。三百在那300枚，这位在那的就东儿枚，现能只能接着灭白手，难同得当这人着外根，面将将就生的连接接，加大人把这些就接能。女儿的左边三界多白说，三界年满千遍下团见，但觉年满年个的字觉，给的年满太白着劲呢，就算年没无当面着说。
Page 21. Namo Guru. Your mind, many eons ago, rid itself of all deceit. Your speech, honest and true, is free of any form of artifice. Your body's acts are disciplined and unpretentious. Great sage, genuine and wise, to you I prostrate. Buddha's heirs who have seen the ultimate meaning, speakers of truth, whose words have prophetic power, those on the way to liberation through their 3 vehicles, before you all in devotion I bow down. From now on and all future rebirths, throughout my lives, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, may I never part from you. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, please accept me as your follower. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, let me gain accomplishment just like you. My body's actions, may they be disciplined and unpretentious. My speech, may it be honest without falsity or deception. My mind, may it be genuine without artifice or deceit. And may I rely upon spiritual guides and true Dharma friends. The first entrance to the path of liberation, the first route of escape from samsara's perils, the first preliminary to all practice of Dharma, genuine renunciation, may it dawn within my mind. With it, I have all that's needed to attain enlightenment, and without it, there's no way to find awakening. The undisputable seed from which Buddhahood is gained, may I generate bodhicitta, utterly pure and supreme. Further and further, may supreme bodhicitta develop. Throughout my lives, may bodhicitta never be forgotten. Again and again, may I meditate on bodhicitta and always train in the way of the bodhisattva. Whatever the enlightened actions of the great sage, heroic Manjushri, or Samantabhadra, in all my lives, may my own actions be equal to theirs, and spontaneously may I accomplish my own and others' welfare. Excellent path, which brings about Buddhahood in but a single lifetime, with skillful methods to benefit oneself and others at one and the same, and the view of a single reality in which samsara and nirvana are inseparable, may I embark upon this unique path of the Vajra vehicle. Hosts of Vajra holders who cultivate the approach of this path, taking as partners those who bring about blissful emptiness as a way for co-emergent wisdom to be introduced, may this unique path be enjoyed in the realm of the Dakinis. The face of my original nature, mind itself, left unaltered, my very own essence, beyond contrivance, may I see it laid bare. Sustaining meditation, untainted by any trace of alteration, may I gain the ultimate fruition, free from any fabrication. In the meantime, may all my wishes be fulfilled. For as long as I live, may I have no negative intentions, and when I die, may I not suffer a painful death. Having died, may there be no fear of delusory appearances. May all who see me, hear me, think of me, or come in contact with me in any way develop renunciation, bodhicitta, and co-emergent wisdom, in whichever way is appropriate within their minds, so that swiftly they may arrive at perfect Buddhahood. May I behold the sun-like Buddha with his signs and marks. May I savor the nectar of the sun-like Dharma in my heart. And may the sun-like Sangha accompany me to liberation. From the light of these three sun-like supreme ones, may I never part. And we'll read the next page, the King of Noble Prayers in English only. Homage to the ever-youthful Manjushri. With purity of body, speech, and mind, I bow to all the heroic Buddhas of the past, present, and future, without exception, in every world, in all the 10 directions. By the power of this aspiration of Samantabhadra, I bow with as many bodies as there are atoms in the world to all those victorious Buddhas manifest in my mind, and I pay homage to all of them. I conceive the entire realm of truth to be completely filled with enlightened ones. On each atom, I imagine there to be as many Buddhas as atoms in the world, each Buddha surrounded by many bodhisattvas. I honor all these blissful lords, praising their perfections with all the sounds of various melodies, an ocean of endless praise. I offer to those heroic Buddhas the finest flowers, garlands, music, and ointments, excellent canopies, choice lamps, and the best incense. I offer as well to those victorious ones the finest array of all excellent things, the finest robes and fragrances, and heaps of sweet-smelling powders as high as Mount Meru. By the power of my faith in the deeds of Samantabhadra, I prostrate and present vast and unequal offerings to each of the victorious Buddhas. I confess every type of wrong that I have done in thought, word, or deed, while influenced by desire, anger, and ignorance. I rejoice in the meritorious deeds of all the Buddhas, as well as those performed by the Bodhisattvas, Pratyeka Buddhas, Arhats, and those who are in the path of training, those who need no more training, and by all sentient beings in the 10 directions. I entreat the enlightened protectors who have attained the detachment of Buddhahood and illuminate the worlds of the 10 directions to turn the peerless wheel of Dharma. With folded hands, I beseech those who intend to manifest the final nirvana to remain for as many eons as there are atoms in all the worlds, for the benefit and happiness of all living beings. May whatever small amount of virtue I may have gained from prostrating, offering, confessing, rejoicing, and beseeching be dedicated to attainment of perfect enlightenment. May I worship the Buddhas of the past and those now present in the worlds of the 10 directions. May those to come quickly fulfill their aspiration and reach Buddhahood by traversing the stages of enlightenment swiftly. May all the worlds of the 10 directions become extensively and completely pure. May it be filled with bodhisattvas and victorious Buddhas who proceed to the royal tree of enlightenment. May all living beings in the 10 directions always be happy and free of sickness. May they be endowed with favorable circumstances for achieving dharmic goals, and may their wishes be accomplished. May I remember my lives in all states of existence while in the training for enlightenment. In all my successive births and deaths, may I always embrace religious life. May I follow all the victorious Buddhas and perfect all the deeds of Samantabhadra, pure in the morality without defect. May my conduct always be flawless. May I teach the Dharma in every tongue, in whatever sounds are understood by living beings, in the languages of the gods, nagas, demons, spirits, and human beings. May I steadfastly apply myself to the 6 perfections. May I never disregard my intention to attain enlightenment and completely remove whatever faults may obscure my path. May I be free from karma, emotional afflictions, and the influence of demons, like the lotus unsoiled by the mire, or like the sun and moon in a clear sky, so that I may proceed unhindered. Throughout all the lands and all the 10 directions, may I relieve the suffering of the lower realms. May I be able to bring happiness to and provide benefit for all living beings. Fully accomplishing the activities of enlightenment, may I work in harmony with the needs of all beings. May I practice and demonstrate the deeds of Samantabhadra through all future eons. May I always associate with those whose activities are similar to mine. May we act alike in thought, word, and deed, and may our aspirations be as one. May I always associate with spiritual friends who wish to help me and teach the deeds of Samantabhadra. May I never cause them pain or disappointment. May I always personally behold the victorious Buddhas, those guardians surrounded by bodhisattvas. Without tiring in all future eons, may I always present them magnificent offerings. May I always uphold the Buddha's holy Dharma and illuminate the deeds of enlightenment. May I train in the practice of Samantabhadra in all future eons. Through rebirth and all the states of existence, may I gather an endless store of merit and wisdom. May I become an inexhaustible treasure of all virtues of method, wisdom, concentration, and liberation. May I always behold as many pure lands as there are atoms present in each world, with inconceivable Buddhas sitting in the midst of their bodhisattvas and performing the activities of enlightenment. In this way, may I be able to see everywhere, even on every mote of dust, countless Buddhas of the past, present, and future, limitless pure lands, and endless eons. May I always heed the pure speech of the victorious Buddhas, which holds within each word the totality of the perfect Dharma, in an ocean of languages precisely suited to the needs of each being. May I possess the perfect intelligence to heed the endless melody of speech when the victorious Buddhas of the past, present, and future turn the wheels of Dharma. May I accomplish the Bodhisattva's practice of entering the past, present, and future in a fraction of a second. May I know in a single instant all that is encompassed in the duration of the 3 times. May I behold all the heroic Buddhas of the past, present, and future in a single instant. May I always perform their activities through the power of liberation from illusion. May I perceive upon a single atom the perfect design of the pure realms, the past, present, and future. Thus may I enter into the realms of the victorious Buddhas in all directions. When the illuminators of the worlds of the future realize the stages of Buddhahood, turn the wheel of Dharma, and enter the profound peace of nirvana, may I always be in their presence. May I accomplish the perfect powers of enlightenment, the power of miraculous swiftness, the power of perfection of every spiritual path, the power of all virtuous qualities, the power of all pervasive loving kindness, the power of the merit of every virtue, the power of all transcendent wisdom, and the powers of perfect knowledge, method, and meditation. May the forces of karma be ultimately purified, the power of passions utterly subdued, the power of demons utterly destroyed, and the power of the deeds of Samantabhadra perfected. May I tirelessly perform the enlightened activities for an ocean of eons, purifying an ocean of lands, liberating an ocean of beings, realizing an ocean of Dharma, attaining an ocean of wisdom, perfecting an ocean of practice, accomplishing an ocean of aspirations, ceaselessly serving an ocean of Buddhas. May I completely fulfill all perfect aspirations to the enlightened activities of the victorious Buddhas of the 3 times by attaining enlightenment according to the deeds of Samantabhadra. The eldest son of the victorious Buddhas is called Samantabhadra. I dedicate all these virtuous actions that my deeds may be like his. May my body, speech, mind, deeds, and environment always be pure. May I become equal to Samantabhadra in these excellent aspirations. May there be no limit to my activities. May there be no limit to my virtues. Through limitless perseverance, may I accomplish all miraculous deeds. The limit of living beings is like the limit of open space. May the limit of my aspirations be equal to the limit of their activities and passions. Whoever offers to the victorious Buddhas all the perfect joys of gods and men, and the infinite realms of the 10 directions adorned with jewels, for as many eons as there are atoms in those realms, shall gain great merit. But whoever hears this greatest dedication prayer is inspired by faith to intensely desire supreme enlightenment, shall gain even higher and holier merit. Whoever recites the aspiration of Samantabhadra will never again endure hellish rebirth, will abandon all evil friends, will soon behold Amitabha, the Buddha of boundless light. They will gain all benefits, live in happiness, attain precious human rebirth, and soon become like Samantabhadra himself. Even those who in ignorance committed the 5 unredeemable sins will soon be completely purified by reciting this aspiration of Samantabhadra. They will achieve perfect wisdom, a radiant countenance, beautiful form, auspicious physical marks, and a noble birth. Profane and devilish being will not trouble them, and they will be honored in the 3 realms. They will quickly reach the tree of enlightenment and reside there to benefit all beings. As enlightened Buddhas, they will turn the wheel of Dharma, taming the demonic hosts. Whoever preserves, teaches, or recites this aspiration of Samantabhadra shall ultimately attain perfect Buddhahood. May none despair of complete enlightenment. In whatever way valiant Manjushri and Samantabhadra know how to transfer merit, so do I dedicate all of my own virtues that I might train to be like them. Since dedication is praised as supreme by the victorious Buddhas of the 3 times, I dedicate all these roots of virtues to accomplish the deeds of Samantabhadra. At the moment of my death, may all my obscurations be removed, that I may behold Amitabha, the Buddha of boundless light, and go to Sukhavati, the pure land of perfect bliss. In that blissful land, may I completely fulfill all these aspirations and benefit all beings as long as the universe remains. Joyful there in that blessed assembly of the Buddha, may I be reborn like the holy ones from an exquisite lotus. May the Buddha Amitabha himself foretell my own enlightenment. May I thereafter emanate endlessly through the power of perfect wisdom to accomplish countless benefits for living beings in all the 10 directions. Through whatever small virtues I have gathered by reciting this aspiration of Samantabhadra, may all the virtuous aspirations of living beings be accomplished in a single moment. Through the boundless merit gained by dedicating these aspirations of Samantabhadra, may the countless beings drowning in the torrent of suffering reach the stage of Amitabha. May this greatest of dedication prayers benefit countless beings. May reciting this ornament of Samantabhadra release all beings from the suffering of the lower realms. And we'll continue on page 31 with Maitreya's aspiration. Homage to all the Buddhas. Homage to the Bodhisattvas, sages, and hearers too, who all possess the eye of gods. Homage to bodhicitta, which reverses the path to bad rebirths, fully reveals the path to higher states, and leads one to the state where there is no aging and death. Whatever wrongs I have done controlled by afflicted mind, I confess all these in the presence of the Buddhas. May whatever merit I have gathered through the 3 kinds of activities, those seeds of my omniscience, not become exhausted until I reach awakening. I rejoice in all the offerings made to the Buddhas in all the realms of all the 10 directions, which are known by the Buddhas who rejoice in them. I confess all wrongs and rejoice in all merit. I prostrate to all the Buddhas. May I gain exalted wisdom. I entreat all bodhisattvas abiding on the 10 grounds in all the realms of the 10 directions to awaken into supreme enlightenment. Having awakened into true enlightenment and conquered the hosts of Mara, may they turn the wheel of Dharma to heal all living beings. May their sounding of the great Dharma drum free all beings from suffering. May they remain, teaching the Dharma for inconceivable millions of eons. Mired in the swamps of desire and entangled in the ropes of existence, I am totally enslaved. I supplicate those supreme among men to look upon me. Buddhas, do not blame beings who have tainted minds, but hold them in your hearts with love. May sentient beings be released from the ocean of existence. All those perfect Buddhas of this time, all those who have existed in the past, and all those yet to come, may I train, emulating them, and act as bodhisattvas do. Having completed the 6 perfections, may I liberate the beings of the 6 realms. Having actualized the 6 extraordinary faculties, may I reach unsurpassed awakening. Phenomena are not born and do not arise. They lack self-nature and location. They are without perception and substance. May I realize their emptiness. Like the great sage, the Buddha, may I realize that phenomena lack self-nature. There are no sentient beings, no life, no individual, and no soul. Selfless and devoid of grasping at material things, to benefit all beings, may I give unstintingly. As things do not exist inherently, may my wealth appear spontaneously. As all things will end gradually, may I accomplish the perfection of generosity. Endowed with pure morality, guided by the rules of discipline, with morals void of arrogance, may I accomplish the perfection of morality. With patient acceptance that does not condemn, which is all-embracing like the elements of earth, water, fire, or wind, may I accomplish the perfection of patience. With perseverance that is stable, joyful, and without laziness, and with steadfast mind and body, may I accomplish the perfection of diligence. Through the illusion-like heroic stride and Vajra-like samadhis, may I accomplish the perfection of meditation. Through actualizing the 3 doors of complete liberation, the equality of the 3 times, and the threefold knowledge as well, may I accomplish the perfection of wisdom. May my aspirations be fulfilled through a bodhisattva's diligence, which shines with dignity and brilliance and is praised by all the Buddhas. In this way, training in the bodhisattva's practices, may I become renowned for love. May I thus accomplish the 6 perfections and come to dwell at the summit of the 10th ground fully. Continuing on with the Shantideva dedication prayer in 33. By the virtue I have amassed, by composition of this book, which speaks of entry to the Bodhisattva way, may every being tread the path to Buddhahood. May beings everywhere who suffer torment in their minds and bodies have, by virtue of my merit, joy and happiness in boundless measure. As long as they may linger in samsara, may their present joy know no decline, and may they taste of unsurpassed beatitude in constant and unbroken continuity. Throughout the spheres and reaches of the world, in hellish states, wherever they may be, may beings fettered there tormented taste the bliss and peace of Sukhavati. May those caught in the freezing ice be warmed, and from the massing clouds of Bodhisattva's prayers, may torrents rain in boundless streams to cool those burning in infernal fires. May forests where the leaves are blades and swords become sweet groves and pleasant woodland glades, and may the trees of miracles appear, supplanting those upon the hill of Shamali. And may the very pits of hell be sweet, with fragrant pools all perfumed with the scent of lotuses, be lovely with the cries of swan and goose and waterfowl so pleasing to the ear. May fiery coals turn into heaps of jewels, the burning ground become a crystal floor, the crushing hills celestial abodes, adorned with offerings, the dwelling place of Buddhas. May the hail of lava, fiery stone, and weapons henceforth become a rain of blossoms. May those whose hell it is to fight and wound be turned to lovers offering their flowers. And those engulfed in fire of Vajrayani, their flesh destroyed, their bones bleached white as kunda flowers, may they, through all my merit strength, have godlike forms and sport with goddesses in Mandakini's peaceful streams. What fear is it, they'll ask, that grips the henchmen of the deadly Lord, the frightful vultures and the carrion crows? What noble strength is it that brings us joy and drives away our dreadful night? And looking skyward, they will see the shining form of Vajrapani. Then may their sins be quenched in joy, and may they go to him. And when they see the seething lava flood of hell, extinguished in a rain of blossoms, drenched in scented water, at once fulfilled in bliss, they'll ask, how can this be? And thus the denizens of hell will see the one who holds the lotus. Friends, throw away your fears and quickly gather here. For who is it who comes to banish dread? This youth with bound-up gleaming hair, this loving bodhisattva saving and protecting every being, whose power relieves all pain, increasing joy. Do you see the splendor of his house that echoes praises of 1,000 goddesses? The 100 gods who lay their diadems before his lotus feet, the rain of flowers falling on his head, his eyes moist with compassion? Thus may those in hell cry out unseen Mandukosha. And likewise when, through these my roots of virtue, they see the joyful clouds let fall their cooling scented rain, their obscurations cleansed by Bodhisattva like Samantabhadra, may all those languishing in hell come now to perfect happiness. And may the stooping animals be freed from fear of being preyed upon each other's food, and may the famished spirits have such joy as those who dwell within the northern continent. And may they be replete and satisfied by streams of milk that pour from noble Lord Avalokita's hand, and bathing in it, may they be refreshed and cooled. And may the blind receive their sight, and may the deaf begin to hear, and women near their time bring forth, like Maya Devi, free from any pain. And may the naked now be clothed, and may the hungry eat their fill, and may those parched with thirst receive pure waters and delicious drink. May the poor and destitute find wealth, the haggard and the careworn joy. May confidence relieve those in despair, and bring them steadfastness and every excellence. May every being ailing with disease be freed at once from every malady. May all the sickness that afflicts the living be instantly and permanently healed. May those who go in dread have no more fear. May captives be unchained and now set free. And may the weak receive their strength. And may living beings help each other in kindness. May travelers upon the road find happiness no matter where they go. And may they gain without the need of toil the goals on which they set their hearts. And may those who put to sea in boat or ship attain the ports that they desire, and may they safely come to shore in sweet reunion with their kith and kin. May those who lose their way and stray in misery find fellow travelers, and safe from the threat of thieves and savage beasts, be tireless and their journey light. May children and the old, the weak, protectorless, bewildered in the wild and pathless waste, and those whose minds are dulled, and all who are insane, have pure celestial beings as their guardians. May all attain the human state and be possessed of wisdom, faith, and love. With perfect livelihood and sustenance, may they have mindfulness throughout their lives. May everyone have unrestricted wealth, like the treasury of space, enjoying it according to their wish, without a trace of harm or enmity. May beings destitute of splendor become magnificent and bright, and those worn down by toil and drudgery acquire great beauty and perfection. May all women in this world attain the strength of Tara, and may the lowly come to excellence, the proud and haughty lose their arrogance. May thus all the merit I have gained, may every being, leaving none aside, abandon all their evil ways, embracing goodness now and evermore. From bodhicitta may they never separate, and constantly engage in bodhisattva deeds, and may they be accepted as disciples by the Buddhas, and turn aside from what is Mara's work. And may these beings, each and every one, enjoy an unsurpassed longevity, living always in contentment. May the very name of death be strange to them. On every side, in all 10 directions, may groves of wish-fulfilling trees abound, resounding with the sweetness of the teachings spoken by the Buddhas and their bodhisattva children. And may the earth be wholesome everywhere, free from boulders, cliffs, and chasms, flat and even like a level palm, and smooth like lapis lazuli. And for many circles of disciples, may multitudes of bodhisattvas rise in every land, adorning them with every excellence. From birdsong and the sighing of the trees, from shafts of light and from the sky itself, may living beings, each and every one, perceive the constant sound of Dharma. May they come into the presence of the Buddhas and meet with bodhisattvas, offspring of the same. With clouds of offerings unabounded, may the teachers of the world be worshipped. May kindly spirits bring the rains on time, for harvest to be rich and plentiful. May princes rule according to the truth, and may the world be blessed with all prosperity. May medicines be strong and full of virtue. May healing spells be chanted with success. May spirits of the air that feed on flesh be kind, their minds imbued with pity. Let no being ever suffer pain. Let them neither ail nor languish, never doing evil. May they have no fear nor suffer insults, and may their minds be ever free from sorrow. In monasteries, temples, and the like, may reading and reciting widely flourish. May harmony prevail among the Sangha, and may its purpose be all fulfilled. May ordained monks intent upon the practice find perfect places for retreat and solitude, abandon every vagrant thought, and meditate with trained and serviceable minds. May nuns have all their wants supplied. May quarreling and vindictiveness be strange to them. Let all who have embraced monastic life uphold a pure and unimpaired observance. May they feel regret when discipline is broken, and always may they strive to cleanse away their faults. May they thus obtain a fortunate rebirth wherein to undertake unfailing discipline. May the wise and learned be revered, and always be sustained by offerings. With minds suffused with purity, may their renown spread far and wide. May beings never languish in the lower realm. May pain and hardship be unknown to them. Enjoying more than godlike strength and beauty, may Buddhahood for them be swiftly gained. Again and yet again may sentient beings make offerings to all the Buddhas, and with the Buddha's unimagined bliss, may they enjoy undimmed and constant happiness. May all the bodhisattvas now fulfill their high intention for the sake of beings, and sentient beings likewise now receive the good the Buddhas have in store for them. And may the Arhats and the Pratya Buddhas at length attain their perfect happiness, and may I also, through Manjushri's kindness, reach the ground of perfect joy, and through the stream of all my lives, embrace monastic ordination. Thus may I abide sustained by simple ordinary fare, and in every life obtain a dwelling place in perfect solitude. Whenever I desire to gaze on him or put to him the slightest questions, may I behold the unobstructed vision of Manjughosha, my protector. To satisfy the needs of beings dwelling in the 10 directions to the margins of the sky, may I reflect in every deed the perfect exploits of Manjushri. And now, as long as space endures, as long as there are beings to be found, may I continue likewise to remain, to drive away the sorrows of the world. The pains and sorrows of all wandering beings, may they ripen wholly on myself, and may the virtuous company of bodhisattvas bring about the happiness of beings. May the doctrine, only remedy for suffering, the source of every bliss and happiness, be nurtured and upheld with reverence, and throughout a vast continuance of time endure. And now to Manjughosha I prostrate, whose kindness is the wellspring of my good intent. To my virtuous friends I also bow, whose inspiration gave me strength to grow. And now we're going to do a mandala offering for His Holiness.
Open the yellow prayer book for the mandala. In English, an infinite array of worlds, each with 4 continents and the wealth of infinite oceans of realms. If I bring them all to mind and offer them without exception, please hold with compassion all the beings they contain. My body, enjoyments, and whatever I own, my aggregates, elements, and sense sources, my aspirations now and the times to come, as well as everything I grasp as mine. By offering them all, may I be blessed with an end of self-grasping, completely liberated from the bounds of real and unreal, transcending the names and attributes of arising, cessation and abiding, coming and going, affirmation and denial. The supreme mandala is the natural state. When I offer it, bless me to attain the state of Buddhahood. Om Guru Dada Kini Ratna Mandala Patita Svaha.
Oi Gare Rave Gorve Jangan
Page 20.
and on the one Malin Jovene Jerusalem Denze Janzoye Shabes and the Bard George Gonjos under Shaja Sengeye Tamban Zenjem Bervedanye Kozai Joben Roden Telenjo Lunder Jezalame Jade Zoi Gonjos and Danye Dragombe Tamban Zelan Dajar Dojende Tambe Jezenawaye Jegawan Jenjoge Shade Zoi Baibayerna Arya and Devaishe Doi Ganjo Zangar Jeresorder Jeden Gombe Doze Jedenba Parden Garjen Geze Gajarden Shejar
Page 26.
Gunje Je Tender Nela Wandun Dragomba Renjim Barja Demba Zendebar Shedra Duzan Gomben Zen
eliminates all the darkness of anger emotion. Jijian Zhongga La Zha Xi De Le, Jijian Zhongga La Zha Xi De Le, Jijian Zhongga La Zha Xi De Le, Jijian Zhongga La Zha Xi De Le. To you, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dalai Lama. Happy birthday to you. Dare dure mama ayen jana boye barengara so. Dare dure mama ayen jana boye barengara so. Dare mama ayen jana baye burden gora 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 so.